Some of the former great rugby league players are known for their time at a certain club, but some of them didn't start at the team they're known for. This video goes over one former player every NRL club regrets losing. Similar to my last video, the list counts for players that made their first grade debut for the club I mentioned. Some of the players might have been forced out due to salary cap problems, or they didn't see the potential in the player, or the player themselves simply just wanted to leave. No matter the reason, they'll be counted as a regretted departure for the associated team. But quickly, it turns out only 3% of my regular viewers are subscribed, so if you enjoy the content, consider subscribing. Now let's get started with the Bulldogs, and it's the legend himself, Jonathan Thurston. Thurston originally made his debut for the Bulldogs in 2002, and played with the club until 2004. He played a total of 29 games for the club during his time there. It was later revealed that he wanted to stay at the Bulldogs, but the management prioritised other players over keeping him. If only they knew the type of player he would go on to be. He moved to the Cowboys in 2005, and this would be his first year playing for Queensland in the Origin Arena. He played for the Cowboys up to 2018, where he would retire. As for Manly, they lost Trent Hodgkinson. While he didn't have the impact compared to JT, along with a bunch of players on this list, his form drastically improved after leaving the club. He debuted for Manly in 2010, playing 24 games over the year. He would then sign with the Bulldogs between 2011 and 2015, which would turn out to be his prime. He played 92 games during his time with the Dogs, and worked his way to play for the New South Wales Blues in the Origin Arena. After his time with the Dogs, he moved to the Knights, then had a short stint with the Sharks, and ended his career back at Manly in 2019. Next for the Panthers, it's Brad Fittler. Brad made his NRL debut for the club in 1989, and played over 100 games there. While he was great at the Panthers, even representing the Blues in Australia during his time with the club, he would sign with the Roosters in 1996, where he was most known for, and played with the Chooks for a total of 217 games, until 2004, where he would retire. During his time, Freddie would even captain the Blues and Australia, and was even inducted into the New South Wales Rugby League Hall of Fame. Next for the Storm, it's Cooper Cronk. While Melbourne certainly got their fair use out of the champion halfback, playing over 300 games for the club, he would sign with the Roosters in 2018 and 2019 for the last 2 years of his career, and the Roosters would end up winning the premiership both those years. He debuted for the Storm in 2004, and while it seemed he would stay at the club for his entire career, he would make a move to Sydney. The main reason for this was his partner, who was working at Sydney. While the Storm didn't lose Cooper because of their own reasons, it's still a regrettable loss, as the last 2 years not at the club were both premiership wins for Cooper. Now for the Cowboys, it's Scott Prince. Scott debuted for the Cowboys in 1998 and played for the club until the year 2000. He would then end up moving to the Broncos for a few years, then the Tigers for 3 years, then moved to the Titans, where he played the majority of his career. After leaving the Cowboys, he would win the Dally M Award for Captain of the Year in 2005 and the 2010 Halfback of the Year. Certainly a big improvement from when he left the club. As for the Dragons, we have Josh Morris. Morris debuted for the club in 2007 and would have played there for 2 seasons, playing 46 games. In 2009, he would move to the Bulldogs and play the majority of his career for the club, totaling 217 games between 2009 and 2018. After this, he would play 2 seasons for the Sharks, and then finish his career with the Roosters in 2021. During his time with the Bulldogs, he earned the Dally M Centre of the Year, and played for the Blues in the Origin Arena. Him and his brother Brett are truly legends of the game. Next, for the Knights, we have Brett Kimmorley. Kimmorley debuted for the Knights in 1995 and played 6 first-grade games for the club between 95 and 96. He would play for the Hunter Mariners in 97, then moved to the Storm in 98 and played there till the year 2000. He went to the Northern Eagles in 01 and moved back to his beloved Sharks in 2002 and played 144 games for the club up to 2008. He would then play for the Bulldogs in 2009 and 2010, where he ended his career. While it's hard to say the Knights regret losing him considering they had Joey Johns, Kimmorley turned out to be an exceptional player. Next for the Bunnies, we have James Roberts. Jimmy the Jet debuted for the Rabbitohs in 2011 and played 10 games for the club. He would play 6 games for Penrith in 2013, then moved to the Titans for 2 years in 2014 and 2015. He would move to the Broncos in 2016, where he really hit his prime, playing 81 games between 2016 and 2019, and even represented the Blues in the Origin Arena. He would then move back to the Bunnies, but was past his prime, and then ended his career at the West Tigers. Next for the Roosters, we have Jamie Soward. Jamie debuted for the club in 2005 and played 22 games there. He would move to the Dragons in 2007, where he really started to find his form. He played there between 2007 and 2013, and even represented the Blues during his time at the club. He started 2013 with the Dragons and ended it with the London Broncos in the Super League, only to make his way to the Panthers in 2014, playing with the club for 3 years. During his final year with the club, he was released from his contract mid-season and ended his career at the end of 2016 with the London Broncos. Next up, for the Sharks, it's Preston Campbell. Technically, Preston made his first grade debut for the Gold Coast Chargers in 1998, but since the club exited the NRL at the end of that year, I'm putting Campbell for the Sharks, as he joined the club in 1999. He played there until 2002, then for 2003 he joined the Panthers, and stayed with the club until 2006, playing a total of 96 games. In 2007, he would then join the Titans, and played with the club until 2011, where he would then retire. He played a total of 267 games over his first grade career. Now for the Titans, it's Hymel Hunt. The former players that debuted for the Titans and moved to other clubs to play well are very slim. There are several current players that are doing well, but Hymel Hunt was the most noticeable former player in my opinion. He debuted for the Titans in 2013 and only played one first grade game. He then played 3 games with the Storm in 2015, only to move to the Bunnies in 2016, staying at the club until 2018. And playing 43 games total. He would then sign with the Knights, where he found his best form, playing 66 games between 2019 and 2023, before retiring. He even represented Samoa during these years. As for the Canberra Raiders, we have Brett Finch. Finch was a man that moved around clubs every few years. He debuted for the Raiders in 1999, and would leave at the end of 2002. He would then play for the Roosters, which would be some of his better years, representing the Blues in the Origin Arena, and Australia in the Prime Minister's 13. He would then play for the Eels between 2007 and 2009, then played for the Storm for a further 2 years. He would then move to the Wigan Warriors for 2011 and 2012, and finally came back to the Storm to finish his career in 2013. Now for the Eels, we have Andrew Ryan. The Bobcat made his debut for the Eels in 2000 and played for the club up to 2002, and would then make a move to the Bulldogs in 2003, where he would play the rest of his career up to 2011. He represented the Blues in the Origin Arena several times during his prime. Now for the Warriors, we have Thomas Leilua. Thomas debuted for the Warriors in 2003 and played 21 games for the club over 2 years. He would then move to the Super League to play for the London Broncos, and then the Wigan Warriors, where he would dominate, playing over 200 games between 2005 and 2012. Then he would move back to the Warriors between 2013 and 2016. And finally returning to the Wigan Warriors in 2017 to end his first grade career in 2012. Now for the West Tigers, we have Andrew Fifita. Fifita debuted for the Tigers in 2010 and played a total of 39 games for the club across 2 seasons. He would then be picked up by the Cronulla Sharks for 2012 and really found solid form and played the rest of his first grade career with the club. He would play representatively for Australia and the New South Wales Blues during his time at the Sharks. And finally for the Broncos, it's Dave Taylor. Dave debuted for the Broncos in 2006 and played with the club until 2009. He certainly played well for the Broncos, but in his move to the Bunnies in 2010, this would be the first year he was picked to play for the Queensland Maroons. He would stay at the Rabbitohs until 2012, then move to the Titans in 2013. In 2016, he would move to England to play for the Catalans Dragons, and then move to the Raiders in 2017, where he would end his career. Now that's one former player every NRL team regrets losing. If there's any players that deserve this spot that I haven't mentioned, let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.